hope you're all doing great. We are here to talk about Spider-Man No Way Home. I am so happy. You know how long I've waited for this. Even though I waited a long time before posting this video because I wanted to make sure that everybody would have seen it, I'm still going to do a small part with no spoilers just in case, because I don't want to spoil anything for anyone. And then I'll be doing another part with spoilers because there's so many things to say. Before starting, I want to say that the atmosphere in the theater was incredible. It's all I wanted. It makes the experience even better when you're surrounded by people who have the same energy as you. The moment I entered a theater room, I knew this was going to be an amazing crowd. There were people who were wearing Spider-Man makeup, kind of like me today. Others were in costumes. It was amazing, and just for that I'm so happy that I got to live this moment with this group of people. Let's go with the no spoiler part. First of all, I felt like the beginning was kind of slow for me because I had no surprises because of the trailers. The beginning is pretty obvious. We knew where it was going. We knew that his identity had just been revealed and that after struggling, he was gonna eventually go to Doctor Strange. And once Doc Ock arrived, I was like, okay, now let's do this. Now I'm learning new informations. Now it's starting. So I'm going to talk about characters that I know won't be spoilers because they've been confirmed in the trailers. First, I want to say that I really appreciate the presence of MJ and Ned, whom I feel are a bit more present compared to the other films. They're not just like side characters, they're literally helping Peter, and I really like seeing them a bit more. Then Alfred and Willem, it was incredible getting to see them again, and their acting is really amazing. They get through so many kind of emotions. You know, they're gonna be a certain way, then they're gonna switch to another emotion like so fluently, and they're really gonna put you in there. Jamie Foxx, for me, brought this kind of touch of humor that we needed, and I'm biased because Electro is my favorite villain. The only ones who didn't bring anything were Sandman and Lizard. I don't really have anything to say about them because they were so flat. I mean, I guess you can't put all the villains like forward because there's already so many information. You can't all put them at the same level. So of course you're gonna put Doc Ock and the Green Goblin on top because like they're the best, and then there's Electro, and then there's the two others. Doctor Strange, I was expecting seeing him more from the trailers. I thought he was going to be more present, but he actually wasn't. But in a way it's good because it's not his movie. I like that at the end, and I don't think this is a spoiler, but at the end of the credit scene, like at the end of the movie, you have a glimpse of the trailer of his upcoming movie, Multiverse of Madness. Can't wait to see that movie as well. I did feel like the ending of the movie was kind of rushed, you know? My emotions were not even like gone, that they already like burst so much information and then the movie's over, you know? It's like, give us time to like accept what is going on, you know? It's like it went a bit too fast for me. Even though the ending is not perfect, without spoiling, I do think it's an amazing way to end a movie because it opens so many opportunities for upcoming movies or TV shows. I think that's a great way to end a movie, even though it felt really rushed. There's so little you can say without spoiling, so that's pretty much it. So now we're gonna move on to the spoiler part. I'm gonna dive in like immediately talking about Aunt May's death. I kind of predicted it. It still broke my heart when it happened, and they really got us in that scene, you know? When she gets up, she talks, you know, she has like this conversation with Peter, and then all of a sudden she falls down and dies. The timing was perfect, especially when you know what comes after, but we'll talk about that later. So I did really like being able to see the villains being actually nice, because that really shows the depth that those characters have. They're not just mean, they were actually good at first, and just life and, you know, decisions make them become who they are. It also gave us great actors' performance, like I said, from Alfred, Willem. It was amazing seeing those changes in their faces, especially Willem. He's incredible, being able to like, you know, soften his face and then automatically like, you know, intensify it when he becomes evil. It's amazing. Seeing the trailer, I did feel like maybe Doc Ock would end up being nice, but where did he come from? at the final battle. The dude came out of nowhere, saving, helping everyone, so that's great. But I mean, where were you all this time? We were supposed to be nice. Where were you? Like I said, Lizard and Sandman, I don't really have much to say. Lizard really like was useless, I believe. And Sandman, I didn't understand how he changed his mind, you know, like he was nice, like let's all help each other, let's go home. And then when he sees that everybody like becomes evil, he's like, okay, I'm gonna be evil too. I was like, dude, you were supposed to be better than that. I really didn't understand where this was coming from. And Electro, as you know, my favorite villain, I'm gonna defend him because I don't believe that Max is a villain for me, because the only thing he wants is power. All his life he's always been powerless. He was never seen, so he just wanted to have power and be seen. And of course, when someone wants to take that away from you, then you're gonna fight. I understand why he would get angry. I mean, this seems kind of obvious, you know, who wouldn't react like that? I mean, if someone was trying to like remove Peter's abilities, like of course everybody would get mad. I don't think he's actually really killed someone. Maybe I'm just the devil's advocate, but I like him, and I feel like his reasons for being angry were logical compared to Doc Ock, who was just being controlled by robotic, and Green Goblin, who was like crazy from the serum and stuff. I felt like Max was logical in his angriness, but I'm biased, I guess. I was sad not to see Venom in the movie, but really happy to see him in the post-credit scene, and disappointed because I realized that maybe Tom Hardy would not be the Venom that we will be seeing in upcoming Spider-Man movies. We will see a Venom, so that's a good thing, but it seems like it won't be Tom Hardy since they're not from the same universe, apparently. But we'll see. So like I said, I really liked being able to see a bit more of Ned and MJ, and especially Ned. We need more secondary characters, you know, with layers and not just here to bring some comic relief. I liked him being a bit more present and having the spotlight a bit on him, and seeing that he was able to, you know, have magic and open those portals. I felt it was really great. And the fact that the Cape chose to save him, I don't know, does it mean that he has abilities, that he has magic in him? Hopefully we'll see a bit more of Ned. And now, for the moment we've all been waiting for, the presence of Toby and Andrew. I'm going to start with my love with Andrew. I had barely gotten over Aunt May's death, so I was still like crying that they end up bringing Andrew back. Then when he removed his mask and it was him, I screamed and I cried at the same time. Everybody applauded. I heard people saying, "You're the best, we love you," and I did feel like he was like a fan favorite, at least in this room, and it made me so happy because you know how much I love Andrew. His Spider-Man version is my favorite. I loved that they kept his same humor. Seeing him facing the two other Spider-Mans, I still feel he's the best. He made me sob when he talked about losing Gwen. I was bawling when he caught MJ. We were all screaming, "You did it, congratulations, you're the best," you know. And when he started crying because he was so proud of catching her, I cried. I was like, I love you, I want to hold you, you are the best. So many emotions. He is still my favorite and he will always be my favorite. But Tom Holland did do an amazing job in this movie. He showed us his range of emotions as an actor. He was incredible. He was the leader of this movie. He was the one giving orders, which I found honestly kind of weird that the kid was ordering around two older Spider-Man. And I did feel like they kind of like dumbed down Andrew and Toby's characters, you know. They made him a bit like stupid, like wishy we do, and Tom comes here and saves the day and like tells everyone what to do. No, he's like the start of this movie, he's the main Peter, but they didn't have to dumb the others down, and I just didn't feel logical that a kid would be like wiser than the other older two, you know. Tell me if you felt that too. Maybe it's just me, I don't know. I loved the fact that, you know, Toby, I have to say their names, I'm sorry, but Peter's Toby joked around about being old, his back being sore. They did acknowledge the fact that, you know, they have aged, and I like that they didn't like pretend like it's not happening, and that was pretty cool. They just like made everything that we were thinking in our head as fans, they made it come true in the movie. Kind of like when they were talking about how Toby has webs coming out from his wrist. I was thinking about it. I was like, are they gonna talk about it? Is it something that's gonna be like mentioned? And they did, and it was really amazing. the brotherhood they had, you know, like I love you, I always wanted to have brothers. All this was just really great to see. In those moments, I felt like we were with them, you know, all those questions that we had in our head, all the hopes that we had of seeing them three together, they made everything come true. I love how they kept the accuracy of them struggling to work together at first, because, you know, we would think that, oh, they're three Spider-Mans, they're just gonna get along and work well together. Well, no, you know, I mean, it's accurate, you know, they always worked alone. And I liked that they really were real in their whole process of like being shocked at first of realizing that are other Spider-Mans, and asking so many questions because you're so happy to see other versions of you, then asking stupid questions, then struggling to work together, and then finally getting to this real brotherhood and love. And I felt like the whole narrative was logical. And like I said, seeing the three of them together made me realize how amazing Andrew is and how he's still my favorite Spider-Man. But it also made me realize how Tobey's version, for me, he's like the weak link. His energy is different, you know, he doesn't bring as much. Andrew deserves an Oscar. He is, you know what, I'm gonna stop with Andrew. So when they were all like the three in the lab, it felt logical for me to see Tom there. It felt logical for me to see Andrew there, but I was like, Tobey, what the hell is he doing here? Because we never saw this side of Peter in his movies, so it kind of felt like short for me. But then again, I'm biased because I prefer Andrew, and maybe like Tobey lovers are not going to see the same thing that I did. But yeah, this is how I felt. To conclude, like I said, I felt like the ending was kind of rushed. Like, how do you make this kind of important decision and not let us as spectators, you know, take the time to let the information sink in? You know, like we barely have the time to accept it that everybody has already forgotten about him and he's all alone. But I mean, you know, if they didn't do this, the movie would have been 4 hours. I wouldn't mind, but I mean, I get it. But like I said, it brings so many possibilities, and I can't wait to see the Spider-Man TV show. I think it's Spider-Man freshman year. I think they did a really good job on, you know, the media communication on this movie, playing with us. Are they gonna be there? Maybe, maybe not. And that created so much anticipation. I think after making Avengers Endgame and seeing the success that I had, I think they understand what works for them. They know that what people like most of all is reuniting so many main characters, you know, so Doctor Strange and Spider-Man, Doctor Strange future movie, Doctor Strange and Wanda and Loki. They did an amazing work. They did everything we wanted to see. Was it some fan service? Yeah. Does it make it a bad movie? No, not at all. It makes it an amazing movie and my #1 Marvel movies. So yeah, this video is over. I hope it wasn't too long. Please tell me, how was the atmosphere in the theater room when you went there? Did you cry? Did you scream? Did you applaud? Let me know. I hope you liked it. If you did, please like and please subscribe, because so many of you watch my videos. I'm grateful, but you do not subscribe, and it would make me really happy if you did. Thanks for watching, you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.